Dear children, welcome to the YouTube channel H2O Chemistry. I am Satya Narayanan, your chemistry teacher. In the last few videos, we have been discussing the topic applications of Avogadro law. So with that continuation, we are going to see the topic today, definition of vapor density and relative molecular mass. So once you know the relationship between vapor density and relative molecular mass, we are going to derive the same relation or derivation with Avogadro's law of application. So let us start today. Basics. So density is nothing but mass by volume. The mass is measured in grams, whereas volume is measured in cubic centimeter, which is otherwise measured in centimeter cube or ml. Now, relative molecular mass. The relative molecular mass is nothing but molecular mass. This is mass of a molecule. The word meaning relative, the word relative means we are comparing with some other atom, for example hydrogen or carbon 12 isotope. So the carbon 12 isotope we usually do now, whereas for the hydrogen we use previously. Now in this context we are going to use only this hydrogen scale, we call hydrogen scale, relative molecular mass using hydrogen scale we are going to use. Next concept we should know is ideal gas equation. It's a very famous equation. PV is equal to nRT, where P is the pressure, V is the volume, N is the number of moles, R is gas constant, and T is temperature. The next we are going to talk about the small n, that means number of moles. Number of moles can be calculated by using the formula mass of a substance small m divided by molecular mass of a substance capital M, or simply we can say small m by capital M. So this formula we are going to use it instead of n here. So let's go to the derivation of vapor density with the relation with molecular mass. So that's what we are going to learn. Now vapor density. We know what is density. Density is equal to mass by volume, so small m by V. The unit is gram per centimeter cube or cubic centimeter. So what is called vapor density? So when I say vapor, this is applicable only for gas, so that you have to very careful. So when I say vapor, it is applicable to only gas. The vapor density otherwise called relative vapor density. What do you mean by relative? Relative means comparing. So we are comparing with some other, then we are comparing a substance, remember. So that is what we have to understand. So vapor density is nothing but density of a substance or a gas divided by density of hydrogen at standard temperature and pressure. So wherever you come across this STP, which means standard temperature and pressure. Standard temperature is nothing but 0 degree, and pressure is 1 atm pressure. So what is there in our atmosphere, that is called 1 atm pressure. Now, so we are comparing the density of a gas with density of hydrogen. In some cases, the density of hydrogen is replaced with air as well. So this is very important, my dear children. This concept is used in firefighting scenarios. Let us take a gas. If a density of inflammable gas is less than air, that will rise up, whereas the density of the gas is higher than the air, it will come to bottom. So in the firefighting scenarios, what will happen? The density of air is less, so mostly the flame is going up, right? So the firefighters will exactly know where the fire is with higher density, so they will put out the fire easily with this concept. Now this idea is very helpful, my dear children. Vapor density is nothing but density of a gas divided by density of hydrogen at STP. Some cases they will use air. Got it? Now, but in this scenario we are going to use only hydrogen. From the ideal gas equation, we know very well that PV is equal to nRT, which we have seen in the last slide. P is the pressure, V is volume, N is equal to number of moles, and R is gas constant, T is temperature. Now, instead of this N, as I told you, we can substitute M, small m by capital M. Small m is mass of a substance divided by molecular mass of substance. Now PV is equal to small m by capital M into R into T. Now we can interchange this V and this molecular mass. So Pm is equal to M by V RT. What we have seen, M by V is nothing but density. So instead of this M by V, we are going to substitute density. So P into M is equal to T into RT. So from this what we have got as density, the ideal gas equation with density inserted or involved we have got. So that we are going to use it for our equation. Now for any substance maybe a gas, right? So we can write the PM, S means it's a substance, remember. So PM as is equal to TS into RT. So I'm going to describe for a substance, that's all. The same relation I'm using for a substance. Similarly for hydrogen, PMH2 is equal to DH2R into T. Why? Because pressure is constant, only the molecular mass and density will vary, remaining all are constant. Now, because hydrogen is a gas, remember. So from this what I require only ds. So we can interchange the other criteria, other properties, so that ds is equal to PMS divided by RT. Similarly for the second case, DH2 is equal to PMH2 divided by RT. So now to calculate the vapor density, what we have to do, we need to know the density of a gas divided by density of a hydrogen. So that's what we have derived. So let us have this equation number 1. The other equation, ds is equal to PMS by RT, is nothing but 2. Second equation, this is third equation. So now let us substitute these in the equation number 1. So substitute 2 and 3 in the equation number 1. We have got vapor density is equal to PMS divided by RT, that is for a substance, divided by the whole divided by PMH2 divided by RT. So now what is common, you strike out. P is common and RT is common. You strike out that. What we have got finally is MS by MH2. This is what equation we have got. Now vapor density is equal to, what is MS? Molecular mass of a substance. Molecular mass of a substance divided by molecular mass of hydrogen. We know that molecular mass of hydrogen is nothing but 2, right? 2 into 1. So the molecular mass of hydrogen is 2. So molecular mass of a substance by 2 is nothing but vapor density. So we can write vapor density is equal to molecular mass of a substance divided by 2. Or else, if you cross multiply this 2 here, we get 2 into vapor density is equal to molecular mass. Right? Now, definition we will write. So density of a gas, mass of a substance divided by volume of a gas. Right? Density of a gas is equal to mass of a gas divided by volume of a gas. Density of a hydrogen is equal to mass of hydrogen divided by volume of hydrogen. So with this we are going to write the definition of vapor density. Now let us see the vapor density definition. Now what we have seen, vapor density is equal to density of a gas divided by density of a substance. So from this density definition we are going to write, so mass of certain volume of a gas at STP divided by mass of same volume of hydrogen at STP. So this is the definition of vapor density. So how will you say this in words? So vapor density is defined as, it is a ratio, remember, two mass we are comparing. So it is a ratio of mass of certain volume of a gas to the mass of same volume of hydrogen at STP. So this we have to understand. Now next is relative molecular mass. So I told you already what is called relative. Relative means comparing. With what we are comparing? Hydrogen. So relative molecular mass is nothing but mass of one molecule of a substance divided by mass of one atom of hydrogen. One atom of hydrogen. What is the mass of one atom of hydrogen? It's nothing but 1U. 1U. Let us see the example. Mass of methane. How will you calculate mass of methane? One molecular mass of methane is nothing but 1 into 12, because we have 1 carbon, so 1 into 12 plus we have 4 hydrogens, 4 into 1, so 12 plus 4 is equal to 16 AMU. So the relative molecular mass is nothing but mass of one molecule of methane divided by mass of one atom of hydrogen. So 16U by 1U, the answer is not U here, because there is no unit for this relative molecular mass. So 16 is the answer. So the mass of methane is 16 times heavier than mass of hydrogen. So hope this definition is very helpful in understanding the terms vapor density and relative molecular mass. This will be used in the application of Avogadro law. Thank you, my dear children. Keep watching. Subscribe for more videos. The chemistry concepts made easy here. Thank you.